So we have to do the research. We have to do the background. We have to do the study. We have to learn about what it is that we need and everything that encompasses that, so that when we go before a board, it is actually our turn to try to educate them on the situations that we need in our community.
Very good, very good.
I'm trying to get one that did Liberty City Rising, the one that did the documentary. I'm gonna try, I know somebody, my cousin knows the lady real good. I'm gonna see if she can do a documentary.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
More exposure.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the map. You know, we're the last unincorporated area in Miami-Dade County.
Yeah.
We're bordered by City of North Miami, Opa-locka, Hialeah, City of Miami, Miami Shores, El Portal. This last little area from here to, I'm not sure, Brownsville area.
It's going to be a little past 36th Street, yeah.
Slowly getting squeezed and taken over. So we have to expose as much truth as we can in our area as we can. Yes,
That was that week about letting us know when he coming over here to take over. And all of them over there on that side of them. See that is, I called and hang a couple of commissioner officers and let them know how I felt about the board meeting. I expressed myself to them on the phone. You can tell these commissioners, Hagan and all of them, they live in Pinecrest. They live in Kendall. Okay? What is it? Pinecrest and other little areas they live in. If we was to come there and do that, y'all would allow us to do that. So I said to them, they should have said, let us go take a scene before we make that recommendation. They have not did. This the new board that being run by the older people that out of that term out. They control it. This board, it was lawlessness. And lawlessness, and I keep saying, Anthony is behind a lot of this foolishness. He's behind a lot of this.
Marlene.
Too many head games. But I
Well,
did
that's-
call him and told him.
Yes, I know, but that's Marlene.
See, I want to build something, you won't let African Americans do it. But you'll let the other people do it because you don't know our area. And that's what we need to send a letter to all of them. Pinecrest and Cutler Bay, if you had to come there, y'all beautiful city, you won't allow us to do that. But I'm gonna try to reach out to Broadway and try to get that lady to do that documentary.
One little thing, you talked about the unincorporated area and us being one of the last, and it's the largest. And I think we've had this conversation, I know I've talked with Click. The conversation about municipal protection needs to be had with regard to the unincorporated area. You know, I've been working with some folks that talked about the benefit of being annexed by the city of Opa-locka all the way down to 36th Street. Opa-locka, you know, they have their issues, but they have their own charter, and they have a charter that's independent of Miami-Dade County. Unlike Miami Gardens is basically a slave city to Miami-Dade County because it was formed after 1970. So we need to start to have, consider that discussion as well. I think there's a win-win benefit that can be had with the folks of Opa-locka. Opa-locka only has about 16,000 people in their population. If they extended it, there would be about 90,000, and we would have the municipal protection of protecting Opa-locka and protecting ourselves. That's a benefit. We can look at the city of North Miami for that municipal protection. Don't know if Miami Shores or whatever, but we need municipal protection because Miami-Dade County is going to keep messing us around if we don't get it, and we need to stop playing games with that. They are no good for us.
There's one thing I want to say about that. We don't have a heavy tax base in this area to support. We're going to have to get our own firemen, we're going to have to get our own police, we're going to have to go get our own city government.
But Click, the thing about it is the problem with Opa-locka can't really appeal to the federal government directly for that kind of assistance because, wait. But listen, let me say this, Click. Because they have less than 50,000 people, they can't do particular things. If there was greater than 50,000 people for police and all of those things like that, we can get federal assistance for those types of things. And seeing what they were doing is that we would have access to the tax base that the industries would have that are over by Miami-Dade County. That's taxation is there. We could have some taxation from the Opelika Airport. There are a lot of opportunities that we need to look at, but we need to look at things comprehensively.
But Opelika Airport, I think that is controlled by Dade County.
I know, but we can get it back because we would have greater power. Because those weaklings over there are only 16,000 people, and because of the bull crap that went down, and you have this mafia over here that took control over that. But we get stronger, we can take that back.
But another thing, we got to work on some of our people's minds.
That's right, exactly.
The majority of our minds, a majority of our people, and a majority of the other people,
Right.
I don't want to be racist, but they don't give a damn.
Well, we gotta work on what the numbers that we can work on.
How long is it going to take for them to get their mind?
Well, I don't know. We need to work. We just need to assess what the critical mass, the critical mass that can make the deciding factors. Into doing that, it may take a small. Look, they took 5 white people to split up Africa. We can look at Opelika. So there's a possibility there. We need to just entertain it a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Number one, you gotta get rid of Oliver.
That too, and Marlene. Go ahead.
It's not gonna happen as long as you sit.
Yeah,
No, we have a term too.
yeah.
We have a term.
Yeah, but it'll be good if we can axe his ass out. Excuse me, I'm gonna stop. Get his butt out of there in 2024. Yeah, but let's go.
Find out, we need people to run for these positions that feel like they have our best interests in mind. We need to get on the CZAP boards.
That's right.
Zoning hearing board. Anything that you have time for to participate in for the benefit of your community, I would say join it.
Right.
I would say get involved. Because if we don't get in those positions of voting power, we just need to be here every Tuesday, and we don't close out until the 17th next month.
There we go.
Okay, so it does come a point in time where we have to start either stepping up to the plate and run for some of these positions that we're speaking about. We just have to sit back and let things happen. And I don't think we're gonna sit back, so we have to identify what board do you wanna participate in? What do you think is gonna be beneficial? Do you have any candidates or people like that you may think wants to run in these different things? So those are just ideas and everything like that. Does anybody have any other questions before we close out?
So as far as the hearing last week, where do we stand with that right now?
On which one? The Lake Santa?
Yeah.
Lake Santa development, it passed 9-2 to fill in the lake, to change, rezone and fill in the lake. Commissioner Bastine and McGee, voted no. The other 9 voted yes.
But once there is that was an appeal,
Yes.
is there any type of continuation, once even with that vote, that says that's final?
As far as I know, that's what it is.
It's not final. It's not final.
I don't know what you're speaking of when you say it's not final, but what I do know, that there is a study going on right now with the Central and South Florida Water Management, studying the canal systems and the hydrology of these lakes and Little River. And they're also studying the pollution that's coming out of District 1 in our area. So I don't know if those studies are going to prevent that development from moving forward, because whether they realize it or not, the lakes that are in our neighborhood that border the Little River are very important to the drinking water of Miami-Dade County, whether they realize it or not, because these lakes that are in our community that border the Little River, they recharge the groundwater. So if those things get polluted, 15 years down the line, 20 years down the line, they're gonna figure out like that was a bad decision they made. And while people are getting sick, we have no more clean water. We already have a pump station out by FIU that can't carry the capacity because all the waste is coming through. Ms. Jane?
Okay, I'd like to know if anyone else was there. Roy talking to his brother last week, because that's against,
Yeah.
that's against the law.
Yeah.
His brother's sitting on the panel voting for the lake.
Once again, that's why those attorneys were there. It's not like they don't know what's going on. And see, like I
Well,
said, I would say, since the city of Miami already has a large investigation going on right now, it is nothing to say that there's not another investigation going on with Miami-Dade Board of County Commissioners.
and there is an investigation specific to this, to Lake Sana going on. So I'll just put that out there. Okay.
It's possible, but like
No,
I
no, no,
said,
it is.
who is to know? But
No, we know.
all we're saying that
Yes.
I don't know, but there's possibly
Oh, yeah.
things happening. Our awareness, maybe the federal government is looking closely into these developers and what's going on. Mr. Young, you has your hand up?
I really came tonight just to get an idea of where we're gonna go forward. And you say you want us to call the commissioner and share our grievance with
Yes.
her. And so far, that's all we're gonna actually do, as a group, as a team, as an association.
That, and then we also have word from, I have to wait to see what the city is for. Anchor she wants to do an investigative piece as far as, a news conference or something like that. So everything is really up to them. But as far as my actions, it's back to work for me.
Now, if we wanna know something about the attorney, we got to call Anthony about that, right?
You probably call him or call directly to Mr. Gibbs, but like I said, I don't know the next steps on that, because I was not intimately involved with how him and Mr. Gibbs were working that out. Any other questions, any other concerns?
I would just say one thing, with regards to the meeting last week. And, sometimes I think that we set ourselves, and this is just my opinion, we set ourselves back so far because we allow people to, get us into certain things where we necessarily don't belong. And what I'm saying, or what I mean is that we allow a developer to infiltrate our neighborhood, infiltrate our community for their gain. Now, mind you, if everybody was listening, the commissioners were saying, listen, these are going to be apartments that nobody within the area can afford. Nobody. But we allow them to divide us and separate us. And somebody said, one of the guys from Biscayne Gardens, and it was so profound, when he said, watch the rent-a-mob. And everybody that was there, we saw that. I mean, everybody from Overtown to, North Miami and everywhere else. And again, these are people that don't live within our community, and these are people that won't even be able to afford living in the area, So it bothers me, it's bothersome, and it disappoints me, that we allow people to come in and sell us a dream, and knowing darn well that we can afford to live,
Well,
on the heights that they're trying to sell us. They're talking about affordable housing. They're talking about, what's the other one that they say? Affordable housing and
Well, workforce housing is different, though.
Housing. Listen,
But you know what?
we've been going around this circle for a long time. And again, $3,000 for monthly. Listen, if you can afford to pay $3,000 a month for rent, you might as well go find you a house and struggle to pay for a mortgage at that point. So I think we definitely have a lot of things to do, and I'm referring to Mr. Cliff when he's talking about, changing the direction of our mindset. Because just looking, and I'm like, this is really, it's almost tragic.
Yeah.
It's almost tragic that we allow people to come in and sell us these dreams, that we can't live the dream.
A lot of it is misinformation, intentional misinformation on the part of those folks that were speaking, and and that's the issue that we need to get into.
But the thing of it is too, then we have people that live in the community that sell our community.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We see that all the time.
Now, I just want to say, similar things like that took place in Overtown a couple of years ago when they were doing the construction of the Lyric Theater. And they had the Lyric Theater apartments. So when they started the construction, they indicated that the Lyric Theater apartment was coming in affordable housing. They indicated the price point, make it seem appealing to everybody around them. They went ahead and continued with the construction. Once the building was about 75% completed, they started to, everybody was inquiring about it, people wanted to move, it was nice. But here's what happened. When the building project was completed and people from Overtown got ready to apply for a space, there were no vacancies. Because it had already been advertised in other communities to other ethnicities about what it would be. So when it came time for those people in Overtown who thought that they would have an opportunity to continue in Overtown but live in a place that was up to date and more upscale, they found it. Now we're looking at what we identify as being the workforce, where there's a small 15, 13% being permitted to move in there, if that. So now everyone was bamboozled, because of the fact that they thought that the Lyric Theater was going to avail them the opportunity to continue living in Overtown and live in a more palatial building, but that's not so. It's the same thing that they're doing here.
Right.
It's the same thing they keep doing in our community.
But and our leadership participates in that, so that's it. Go ahead. No, you are. Just you are. No, you talking.
Okay, as I said in the call last week, what I really, really was disappointed in, there's some things you can't control, and what to me we could not control was the commissioners. You had the commissioners come in and do whatever they wanted to do, and then they talk about, whatever, about how people, you can afford this $3,000. What do you want? You want to live in a $3,000 place and then live somewhere else or whatever. That was one thing. Then you had your leader, the chairperson. He just literally made someone feel so inadequate in whatever they said. He didn't allow the lawyer to have a rebuttal, which he was due to. And
Right.
every time he got to kind of speak, you got the other people coming and talking. Everybody's supposed to have a certain amount of time. How much time did Harlan talk for? No wonder guy was going over there down the path. So you got, I don't know how you control that, but you look at the body itself, the commissioners, as well as the chairperson. You can get up and do all you want to do, but they are setting the tone. They control what happens there. They limit the time for whoever can speak. And then they ridicule people.
And you know what? They are controlled. They are controlled because you see you can see just in eye contact, everything went back to Bill. He set the tone.
Yes.
I think it would be even very disrespectful. We have our brother from what is this? My garden? Not garden. Biscayne Garden. When he was speaking, Gilbert got up and started passing out candy.
Yes.
You see, he started distributing candy. So here it is. You're addressing the head of the panel, and he is distracted, attending things that have nothing to do. So that's just blatantly disrespectful to the character, and for the purpose that we're there. This is the guy we vote for. You would think he would at least entertain you.
You said something critical. We need to vote. You need to call the people, call your neighbors. We have to vote. And another thing, just like this Westview golf course, it was once segregated. As soon as Monestine got in the chair, that property was sold. I know Mr. Johnson, y'all went out and advocated. Now they have houses or townhomes for $400,000 over there. And then they filled in a golf course that the community could have used
Right.
to golf and everything else, but it was sold to put warehouses there that probably aren't even occupied.
And they come from Tennessee.
Well, see.
You see?
They're
So
not from here,
therefore,
they're from Tennessee.
people are
Right.
trying to buy up as much
But
as
it's-
South Florida as they can because it's still relatively cheap to what it's gonna be 10 years from now.
Right.
That's why it's important, if you know someone, tell someone. Tell them to get out and vote. So when there's a candidate that's running for these offices, we can put the right people in the chair. Because once we had Dorian Roll, that was doing a very good job, but then we had Monestein enrolled, and then those things happened, so we have, and then you had Aristide in the back, you ran for commissioner too, right? So we have to understand the history of these candidates to know what they're really about. Because 50,000 or $1 million towards their campaign, they can clean up and take with them when they go. So we have to make sure we have people to vote. Theo and Ms. Jane, go ahead.
He said Dolan Roll was good. No, he wasn't.
To a relative extent.
Well,
We'll say relative.
let's
Every politician has their good and bad. But yes, ma'am.
well, I would, yeah. We just have to say, really, Commissioner Burke really kind of gave to the community. He may have done some dealings off to the side, but in terms of what the community looked like and him coming out and listening to the community, he was the better of all of the ones that were there.
Like I said,
And
we have to vote.
yeah,
We have to
Yeah, I
vote
know.
for the people. Choose the lesser of the two. Hold on. Theo had, and then click. Go ahead.
yeah,
Problem, this new mode, these commissioners sit there, they only for themselves and not for the people.
right,
It's an agenda for them, it's not an agenda for the people. They usually come and ask, before we feel like Commissioner Rose, they come and ask them, do you want this? If you don't, we take it to the vote.
yeah,
These commissioners, it's a corporation. They don't care about the people. All them business people. And it's about $1. I always do this to them. Where that dollar at? Got $1. No matter.
Take it and put it on the forehead.
No. They buy this. But they're not what it says in God we trust. So who we gonna trust if they're doing the devil's work? All them lobbyists sit there and all them lobbyists promoting each other for a campaign.
right,
So we never had that. I believe this week. We've been in county government. I've been in a lot of meetings. We never had a chairperson shut budget meetings down because he don't want to sit there and listen to what the people say all night. He needs 1 minute. But if it's a business for some money in his pocket, he's gonna go 5 minutes. He's gonna go 5. He did it with Formula One. The people was protesting against that. And he needs to go because, like they said, what's going on in the city, the county is tired with it. It's coming. It's coming. They need to get their house in order because and they privatizing everything. The mayor, I'm gonna give it to you, the mayor tying in with private sector. Privatizing the jail, food service. So what's next? What's next? So we got to, don't come in your campaign talking about what you did and where the money going at. We already know where it's going at. You did the first 100 days, but after that 100 days, it went south. Took all the money to the airport. Don't you think we should have got some of that? There's no engagement with us as black people in this community.
Look this is my opinion. All us around here know what's going on. With the knowledge that we have, I'd like to see us have a campaign for some money. And I'm not talking about no developers giving us no money. I'm talking about us doing like the Jehovah's Witness does. We go around to everybody's house and just ask for $1. $1. And we pull that together, we take and Marlene and whoever commissioned on there, put their pictures on there, right up underneath what they're doing, put it in the Miami Herald so everybody can see what's going on. If you know somebody who's giving some money to somebody, put their name under there too, so you can be aware of it. That's the only way y'all gonna get something going. You know?
One thing, you know something?
Yeah.
Julia said, key point here, I like to speak for me, we do need to be educated, as the process. Most of us don't, a lot of people don't know, you know, whatever they tell us is it, but we need to find a way to get our people more educated. Understand the system and know what to do. I guess for me, I don't know, I'm still learning, so hopefully we'll find a way to do it.
Anyone have any other concerns?
Yeah, one of the things that was mentioned in the Gratney meeting, the Gratney meeting, I think the last time, I think Reverend Dunn mentioned that we should possibly form a PAC, a political PAC, that will help. You know, a political action committee within our area, pretty, similar to UPPAC. You know, that's a consideration, but that's something that Reverend Dunn did mention in that Gratney meeting last month.
I hate to say this, but to all of y'all, you better watch Reverend Dunn.
Well, I think it was. Sometimes you got to recognize a good idea.
I don't be caring about them reverends anyhow.
Well, let's just say that was. Sometimes you got to recognize a good idea objectively, and that seemed to be a consideration. Exactly.
I don't know personally, but once again, I want to tell everyone thank you, and I think what we're doing at the county, from going up to the 29th floor, everything we've done all the way up to this point, the county is looking.
Yes, exactly.
They're paying attention to us, and we're not coming.
They're listening because they are being threatened.
They're being threatened. I think that's something that we still have.
That's why they're listening.
That thing. We need to make sure they feel like there can be consequences, whether it's legal. So we have to still continue to come together, but we have to get more of the community involved.
That's right.
When we all get together, we should go to Washington and say, them people sending that money down there and we don't see it.
Yeah, where's Frederica Wilson?
We're going to
Just kidding.
continue.
I just threw that out there.
Continue to work together. We're going to pull together and stay strong together.
Exactly.
One of my suggestions that we go to each of these homeowners association meetings to try to bring us together.
Yeah.
As we come together as one group, like you said.
Yeah,
My best to make
we're already connected with Coconut Grove, so we're moving down south. It's forming. It's happening.
I think the more that each of us can participate, please participate. But myself, I will not be able to make it to all those meetings.
Yes,
I'm not.
that's true.
And I understand that. But those that can, we have to continue to do what we can.
Exactly.
Okay? Yes, sir.
One more thing, we need to start reaching out and bringing our state representative to these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
They the ones from Tallahassee. We need to start bringing them here.
Dottie Joseph.
Actually get them. Dottie Joseph, we don't even see her.
That's right.
We don't see these state representatives with all the problems we have.
Mm-hmm.
We need to bring them to our meeting and let them know about this community, because they're the one asking for our vote.
That's right. And they funnel the money. They funnel the money. They funnel the money to the community.
And hug on other little people, but when it comes to us, they're not hugging us.
Yep.
So we need to start putting it together. Not the chief of staff, we want to see y'all. Not the chief of staff, we want to see y'all when we put it on. So, President, if you make that well known, we would like to see y'all in the next, when this session closes up, we need to bring them to the meeting.
All you gotta do is
Oh,
put
Twin
it in
Lakes.
the papers, let the whole
Yes.
community see it. They takes money. All
Yeah.
you got to do is get the Miami Herald, and I don't know about the Miami Times, but get the Miami Herald, put over there what they're not doing, and tell them that money coming down here and you can't get your streets fixed, you can't get your sidewalks fixed.
And they're giving away property, giving away the community.
Avenue, you don't know if you in the left lane or the right lane, you know? And you don't need the federal government sending no money down here for that. That's supposed to be automatically in the budget. But it ain't in the budget, I know with it. It's in somebody's pocketbook.
Okay.
I went to one of the Twin Lakes meeting, homeowners association meeting, and somebody was gonna set up an account in the group me which would be all for the homeowners association. So we could go to like, all the information be fed through this group me. But when I look on there, I don't think it ever, it was a young person was gonna, cause I should have come through it. But it was a young person that was gonna, had volunteered that.
Oh,
at the
Vivian?
meeting to set it up, but I don't think it ever.
Talking about Vivian?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay. We have to see what that was.
People will be here,
Yeah.
so he'll make the connections what has to be done.
Yes, exactly.
Any other questions?
Okay, that's it.
Just a suggestion, with regards to, we know, of course, we're in the 21st century and technology is where it's all, where it's been and will continue to go. So I'm thinking maybe, to engage the community more, maybe we could set up maybe a Zoom or something. That way people who can't make it to these meetings are able to log in and, listen to what's going on and, if they can voice their concerns or questions, we could answer answer session, stuff like that. So I'm willing, I'm open, willing to help in that capacity as well.
All right.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
The main issue is language. Most people in this neighborhood now do not speak English.
Well,
The majority of my neighbors do not speak English.
What's their name?
Spanish.
My husband speaks Spanish fluently.
I volunteer to translate.
yeah.
Just getting them to get involved,
Yes.
they're not gonna do
And
it.
a lot of people aren't, because they may not have the right paperwork.
That's right.
They may not even want to get
They
that
don't
kind
wanna
of
get
heat on
involved.
them. But we know that that little easement that they have is not large enough to even start that property right now. So we don't know what the homeowner next door that owns that property next to that easement with Lake Santa is going to do.
Trying to do.
Down the victim, but I know they said they were getting pressure and they
Yeah.
were gonna move out of that house. So I'm not sure what the next steps of that's gonna be. Does anyone have any other questions or any concerns about the community?
Those people that came here,
Which one?
to the commissioner meeting, they brought them,
Yes, what about?
half of them I know. Half of them didn't get paid after the verdict came down.
Yeah.
They were saying, if I knew it was like this, I would've came here. And I say, y'all paid for this? We're not coming to the board of commission meeting when you know you're not community. Half of them need rehab. They just went and got it. But the question is, the board of commissioner disrespect the petition that the taxpayer gave us. They acknowledge the petition because the petition speaks louder than the people they had in the audience. That's where we disrespectful, and it come from the attorney, county attorney, who did not acknowledge it, and should have told, all of them should have said something. But they didn't acknowledge that. But we can take that into the election.
Take that to court. Go ahead.
Take it in the election too.
Yeah, but yeah.
Can I say something real quick? I know you got to close up the meeting and everything, but how many in favor of taking a picture of whoever who ain't doing right and put it in the newspaper?
That's fine.
And you go around to each of the thing and get $1 to pay for it. How many, just say, how many agree with that?
That sounds good. We could. Hey, Click. We could do a collage because I want to get that picture of Roy Hardeman, Keon Hardeman talking in the meeting. We get a picture of that. Put that in there. There's a couple of other pictures, huh?
You have to go to the county for that.
That's right. We can get it.
And get that picture.
But I'm just saying we could set up a whole collage of that whole wrongdoing. It's not just one. We could take a picture of that whole meeting and put all those discrepancies on there and make that part of the.
I wonder if y'all willing to.
Let's do it. That's about $300. That's about $300. That's about $300.
So everybody can see.
That's about $300, and no problem. Let's do it. About $300 for the back page.
If you go to 300 houses, you can get, and they give you $1, you got it.
That's it. Let's go with it. Okay. All right.
You've been retired too long. I think you need that camera, let him go back downtown, let him sit down there.
Go ahead.
We are gonna try to continue to move forward and apply pressure.
Okay.
You got $3 right behind you.
Okay.
Tell everyone thank you for coming out tonight.
All right.
Meeting is adjourned.
Very good.